Hi, I'm Daniel Goddard, and this is my presentation on GSC 3500, natural disasters. And my presentation is on the 1815 Tambora eruption, also known as the year without a summer. And this eruption took place in Sumbawa, Indonesia, in the Dutch East Indies. The magma chamber cooled off at the top of it, which is what caused a buildup of pressure inside the volcano. Which is what would lead to the explosion. And then this magma chamber was located around 2.5 to 5 kilometers deep. Within this mountain that was 4,300 meters tall, so very tall mountain, and in the southeast part of Indonesia. And it was a stratovolcano once it erupted, and it erupted a total of 41,000 kilometers cubed of pyroclastic andesite, and it blew off the mountain from being 4,300 meters tall to reducing it to 2,851 meters, which is about 1,000 or 2,000 about 1,500 feet or meters of a mountain just blown off, which is a lot. It's actually the largest known eruption in human history. And after this eruption, it would cause a number of various tsunamis to hit islands around Indonesia, which would range from 13 feet at the highest tsunamis to 7,000 feet at the lowest, and killed as many as 4,600 people, were the estimates initially taken of the area, just from the tsunamis, not the explosion of the volcano. And this explosion went all the way up to the stratosphere, and and globally it caused a change to the sunlight affecting the earth, which changed the colors we actually see at twilight and sunset and dawn, and it made it more of a reddish pink compared to what like the orangey-ish color it is today and what it normally looked like. And the death toll just from the explosion was 10,000 just from the explosion of the material of the volcano, which is, and the whole island of the place was killed. That the eruption took place, everyone was killed on that island, and the resulting ash covered the sky and caused a famine because you can't grow crops when the sky is blotted out, and around 71,000 people died just from the immediate changes in Indonesia, not globally. Globally, the effects of CO2 were drastically altered because of this eruption, as well as a global crop failure due to the fact that once spring and summer rolled around after winter, the conditions for summer and spring just didn't happen, and this is why it's called the year without a summer, is because in places like New York and in Europe, and the ice and snow never left. It just kept snowing and kept freezing, and the temperature never really went up. And for sulfate concentrations, it obviously, as shown in this diagram, after 1815, as it drastically goes up. Also, there was increased health problems due to the sulfuric. There's a lot of toxic gases associated with volcanic eruptions, which would cause long-term health problems of lung diseases and other health conditions for people all around the world. And we can tell how much the actual what the exact conditions are based on ice core data. We can go and dig up from snowpacked and just any form of ice core data, because it goes that far back. And this was the largest eruption in human history at a volcanic explosive index of 7, so that is the largest in human history. There's been a few other 7s, but they have been recorded as smaller. Krakatoa was a 6, which is one of the other biggest ones. Now, this brings up a lot of questions for people who lived at that time. A lot of people at that time would probably be very confused, probably think it's divine punishment or angry spirits, or people today probably look at the data of a decrease in temperature and think, well, we're just on the rebound from that, and that's why global warming is happening. It's not like that. So obviously none of those are not true, and to people back then, it probably was pretty terrifying with no understanding of anything to do with a volcano. I mean, the people who lived there probably didn't even know there was they were sitting on a volcano, and then all of a sudden, just boom. That's so that's natural disasters, especially volcanoes, definitely stir up the imagination. And that's it for the presentation. I thank you for watching.